going to show you how I made this Scarlxrd Heart Attack remix. Alright, so going into this beat, I obviously wanted the bass to be crazy. With all of Scarlxrd's songs, he does like a lot of like triplets and like kind of offbeat bass. But what I did is I made a kick and a 808. I made the kick panned to both sides, made it distorted as well, so it really like you can feel the kick in your ears. So I'll just show you that first of all. As well as the 808s, I made sure to use a lot of triplets. Offbeat. Those are all on beat. So you can hear I'm on beat for like about half of it. It's pretty simple there. And then once I get to like an end of a bar, I'll like do something crazy with the 808s like this. Bum 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 like that. And then same with the kicks, I had the exact same pattern as the bass, but I just made the kicks panned to the sides, made it super distorted, so it really punches through, so it sounds like this. After that, I just went for a pretty simple melody. That's the bass is really the star of the show, so it's good to keep the melody pretty simple. So I used Fruity Blood Overdrive to get it that slightly distorted sound. Without it, it just sounds like pretty soft. Doesn't have that edge to it. It literally just sounds like a normal piano. But once I add in the delay, that changes it a lot. Also the EQ to get some of the bass and highs out of it. Reverb. Overdrive. Gross beat and then a limiter. And that sounds like this with the gross beat. And then right here, where the bass drops right here, I basically doubled the speed of the piano, so it sounds like this. And then I also got an automation clip for the gross beat. I set the setting to slow down gate, and that sounds like this. Also, I just have a super basic snare. Hi-hats are super simple too. You can see in the bottom I made the velocity go up and down. On the triplets, like right here, I made the velocity go from low to high. And for effects, just some reverb and some distortion. The distortion really adds a lot to it. Without it, it sounds like this. Adding distortion really lets it punch through the rest of the mix. And as you can see here, It's only hitting around negative 15 decibels. When I put on the distortion, it's still hitting the same volume, but it sounds way louder. So that's why I put on distortion. I also got this second synth in here. Sounds like this. I just messed around with these different modulators and ended up getting this sound, which I ended up sticking with. And then here's with the effects. After that, I got some special effects I just threw in every bar, so I threw in this scream here and this sound here. I also put some delay on it, ping pong delay, so it goes back and forth. And I put that every single bar except for the middle, where I left it pretty blank for like the intermission part of Heart Attack, where there's like a vocal sample here. So in this section I removed the drums. All I did is keep the melody. Yeah, that's basically it. The rest of the beat was a lot of just arranging. It's like right here, I just like repeated this part a bunch of times. I put a riser in here before some drops right here. I also have this tape stop plug-in here. I put it on both the piano and the other synth. So I activate it right here, so it basically does a tape stop on the melodies right here. And right here I have a secondary 808 that plays in. Even though the original 808 and the second one interfere with each other, I let that happen on purpose. I think it actually has a cool effect. Nobody does this, but like I figured like I'll try it, and it actually ended up sounding cool. Like the interference between the frequencies actually sounds good. So here's how that sounds. Like the second bass right here, bass 2, plays at the same time as bass 1 up here. And then bass 2 sort of like fades out, and then bass 1 kind of like comes in. It sounds really cool, I think. It's kind of like a warping sound, which I really like. Also, I did it right here. So you get a warping sound when you double up the 808s. So it's definitely like going against the rules of like what you're supposed to do, but I said fuck it, and it sounds cool. Here are the vocals. I took it off of YouTube, so the quality isn't that great. What I did to clean it up is, all I did is add a compressor, added just a low cut, added some stereo enhancer and sound goodizer, just a tiny bit. I think, yeah, just a tiny bit. And then you can see here with the synths and the volume, when the actual Heart Attack vocals come in, I turn down the synths so it doesn't overpower the vocal. I just do a lot of different like stuff with the EQ and the panning with the synths just to make it sound different throughout the song. That's basically the whole gist of it. Oh, one more thing I forgot to add. I got an Apocalypse Now sample in here. The night before I made this beat, I watched Apocalypse Now, and I was inspired by it, so I was like, oh, that's cool. Might as well sample that, like, super long speech that the guy had in the movie, so I just put it in here, because it sounded kind of badass.
I've seen horrors that you've seen. But you have no right to call me a murderer. You have a right to kill me. I have a right. But you have no right to judge me.
One last thing is I do have this mastering chain, which makes it sound 10 times better. I'll show you before and after. Yeah. So here's how it sounds without mastering, right here.
You have no right to judge me.
And when with mastering, it sounds a million times better. It sounds so fucking good.
You have no right to judge me.
You can literally hear all the different sounds, like way more in your face, and in both versions, mastering and without mastering, it's getting like right up to 0 dB, so it's not even clipping as well, and it sounds way louder with mastering, so yeah, that just improves it like crazy. So now I am going to wrap up the video. You can listen to the whole thing on my SoundCloud. I'll link it in the bio, so go listen to that. Yeah, so subscribe, like, whatever. See ya. Bye-bye.